E.N.D here. Today we're going to analyze and discuss the price of this card, Anointed Procession. Anointed Procession for 3 and 1 white. This is a rare card from the set of Amonkhet. It's an enchantment. If an effect would create 1 or more tokens under your control, it creates twice that many of those tokens instead. Then we have some flavor text. The gods here may walk. We're talking about in Amonkhet, may walk among the people, but they are not with them. This is Gideon Jura. This is one of the story spotlight card for the story of Amonkhet, where we are seeing here Gideon Jura witnessing the procession of those that lost their life in the attempt of winning the eternal life. So why we are going to discuss this card? Because this card has a very and interesting price history that we need to analyze. Currently the card is being traded at around $15, which is quite a high price considering that this card is rare and not mythic. It is Anointed Procession is a rare card, not mythic, from the set of Amonkhet. So let's have a look for the price history of this card. We see here that the card, at the pre-release of Amonkhet, the card was being traded for less than $2. Yes, you can see here a low of, I think the lowest possible was $1.66. The card was being traded at a low of $2. This was at the release of Amonkhet. I remember during the release of Amonkhet, no one wanted this card. I think its cost was quite high. You need 4 drop. It's an enchantment. And during that period, we didn't saw a lot of decks running tokens. Then all of a sudden, we see a spike in the price of the card, and it's reached $5. I remember opening Amonkhet boxes and fighting. I think I had 4 or 5 of these cards. One of them, obviously, I kept it for myself, and I remember I think I sold them for less than $3 or $4. I sold them very cheap, but at that time was the price that was being traded, between $4 and $5. Then when Ixalan came out, the card spiked in price immediately to $10. During the period between Ixalan and War of the Spark here, we see that the card was quite flat. The price was up and down between $6 and $7. Here we see $6 and $7. Sometimes goes up, sometimes goes down, until obviously War of the Spark and Throne of Eldraine. When these two sets were released, we saw that the card spiked in price and it reached a maximum, a high of $16. Nowadays the card is being traded $15, and this is why there's a valid reason, obviously. This is why Pioneer format, really and truly Pioneer format, gave life to these particular sets. Sets like Amonkhet, Hour of Devastation, the first Teros block, all these sets had good cards in them. Unfortunately, these were good for Standard. These were not good for the other formats like Modern. Modern has a vast amount of cards to choose from, but Pioneer, I think Pioneer saved these type of sets, and we're seeing these type of sets going up in price, and the cards in them, even rare cards like Anointed Procession, we're seeing these cards going up in price thanks to the Pioneer format. As I said, the card is currently being traded at around $15, and I don't think that the card will drop in price, obviously, unless there's a reprint in a future set. Anointed Procession, there are another version of the card, obviously the foil version. There are nothing else, just a foil version of the card. There's no extended art. At that time these cards didn't exist. There's only a foil version. The foil version currently being traded at around $21. The highest price it ever reached was around $40, $37.38. We see here the same pattern, quite low at pre-release or at release. It spiked and then it dropped, and then it spiked again during the War of the Spark and Throne of Eldraine. The card, the foil version of Anointed Procession, is being traded at around, let's say, $21, which is quite a fair price for a foil card, and that's why you have to be careful and you have to be vigilant on the market, because sometimes you have cards in your bulk rare that maybe today they have $2, $3 value, but in 5 years time something will happen and these cards will spike up to $15 to $20. Can leave me a comment below what do you think about Anointed Procession. Let me know if you want me to cover some other cards that spiked in price recently. Can leave me a comment below, or you can send me an email. I always leave in the description below my email address, and here in the subscription button, subscribe for my channel for more interesting price analysis of Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.